In today's video, I am going to teach you how to perform a two-sample f-test in Excel. To start, make sure you are working in an Excel workbook where you already have two sets of data you want to compare. A two-sample f-test is commonly used to compare variances between two samples. In other words, it helps you assess whether the variability in one group is significantly different from the variability in the other group. Before we calculate anything, it helps to confirm that your data is placed in two separate columns, with each sample occupying its own range of cells. Now, let us focus on what you are going to do in the sheet. Look at your spreadsheet and locate the cell that is labeled C2. This is the cell where we will display the result. You can think of this as your output location. The next action will place a formula in C2, and Excel will compute the p-value for the f-test based on the two data ranges you specify. Go ahead and click on the blank cell C2. Take a moment here to ensure that you have actually selected C2 and that it is currently empty. This matters because entering the formula in the correct cell keeps your results organized and easy to read. After you have selected C2, you will type the formula exactly as follows. You will type an equal sign, then F to test, and then the two ranges separated by a comma. The formula is equal sign F, test, A2, A6, B2, B6. As you type, pay attention to the cell ranges. The first range, A2 to A6, represents the first sample. The second range, B2 to B6, represents the second sample. These ranges should match the data you want to compare. If your real data uses different rows, you would adjust the ranges accordingly, but the structure of the function stays the same. Once you finish typing the formula, you will not press any extra keys yet. Instead, review it quickly so that the parentheses and commas are correct. A small typo can cause an error, so this brief check saves time and prevents frustration. Now you are ready for the calculation. Press Enter on your keyboard. Excel will immediately evaluate the f-test function using the two sample ranges you provided. After a moment, the cell C2 will display a value, which is the p-value for the two-sample f-test. At this point, it is useful to understand what the p-value represents. The p-value helps you interpret the evidence against the null hypothesis, which, in the context of an f-test for variances, is typically that the variances are equal. A smaller p-value suggests that the variance difference between the two samples is more statistically significant. A larger p-value suggests that there is not enough evidence to say the variances are different. If you see a numeric result in C2, that means the formula worked correctly. If instead you get an error, the most common causes are that the ranges are incorrect, the data includes non-numeric values, or the cells you selected are not the correct ones. In that case, you can double-check that both ranges contain the intended measurements and that they are properly formatted as numbers. Finally, you can leave the result in C2 and use it for your next step in analysis, such as comparing it to a chosen significance level. Since the function output directly provides the p-value, you do not need to compute it manually. That is all there is to it. That covers everything you need to know to perform a two-sample f-test in Excel using the f-test function.